New Atlanta, Sector 11, Building 71G, 7 April 20.
System Shock is a 1994 first-person action-adventure video game developed by Looking Glass Technologies, the same studio that brought Ultima Underworld and the Thief series. System Shock takes place on the Citadel, a vast space station orbiting Saturn, currently under the influence of the rogue AI Shodan.
There might even be a military-grade neural interface.
My experience with System Shock was very interesting because I've never played many games from the 90s other than Doom and Half-Life. Right off the bat, the game is from 1994, the same year as Doom 2. Massive difference, apples and oranges.
Carl has come back from recon without Alan. He says
System Shock stories progress via email and audio logs. The game takes place on the Citadel with 9 floors, including the reactor level. Gameplay is probably the worst thing about this game, as you require a lot of clicking and tapping. On the bottom of the screen, you have inventory, data, weapon selection, types of patches like medical and stamina-ups. On the top, you have your health and energy. Energy is used by certain energy weapons, and you do have cybernetic abilities that you collect along the way, some of which also uses energy. Thankfully, you can fill energy by finding battery packs around the station. The player progresses by doing various tasks and fighting hordes of mutants and cyborgs. This is also a shooter, so the player has many choices of weaponry, including the dart gun, handgun, assault rifles, and energy weapons. Enemies range from humans turned mutants after Shodan infects the Citadel with a virus, and humans turned into hefty cyborgs who sure pack a punch. The game is very complex for the time, as you can also change ammo type of different weapons. During the 6-month coma of the player, Shodan has taken over the facility, and afterwards you find audio logs from dead workers and various employees on the ship. Another great aspect of System Shock is the atmosphere and tone. This can also be a horror game at some points, with various rooms having dead bodies and bloody writing on the walls. Some of the areas of the station are also dark, and you can also have a choice of having a lantern. This is also great visual storytelling, as you can imagine what has happened previously to these people who have died at the hands of Shodan. The music is an amazing part of the game as well, from very 90s synth keyboard to drumming. Even some sections of the game have the music slow down and become very gnarly in highly irradiated areas, causing a panic to the player, which is phenomenal. Overall, System Shock is an amazing game and do not regret a single second playing it. Sure, it will take a while to get used to, as it took me nearly 30 minutes to figure out the gist of the gameplay. System Shock also has one of my favorite villains ever. Shodan is a fucking badass.
Enter that room, insect, and it will become your prey.
The game is considered one of the most innovative and inspirational games ever made. System Shock has my respect, and it gets an 8 out of 10.
Edward Diego is deleting all files concerning these events.